It is here, Red Friday, back. And we are happy to say hello and good morning to Kendall Gammon, our Chiefs insider, back for another season. And the conversation's brought to you by Xfinity. Sports are unpredictable. The price of your internet shouldn't be. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee, one consistent internet price for 5 years with no annual contracts, guaranteed with Xfinity. All right, Kendall, you've been there before, obviously, over a long NFL career. What are the jitters, the butterflies like, even when you're a veteran, on that morning of the start of a new NFL season?
First of all, it is great to be back, Pete. For me, it wasn't nerves or jitters. It was just excitement. And, when you're excited about something, or if you have the jitters like that, it just shows that it matters. But there's nothing like opening day, just knowing that you're on the team and you're ready to go another season. And then if you couple that with the fact that if you're on a team like the Chiefs, where you've been to the Super Bowl 5 of the last 6 years, and that's your goal, but it's a realistic goal because obviously it's every team's goal. It's just wonderful. But, it is pressure-filled. There's no doubt about it. This game is about performance, and if you don't, then you risk, going by the wayside of either being benched or not being on the team. So there's a lot that goes on with it. There's no doubt about it. But it is special, that opening day. There's no doubt about it.
Now, what about the fact that, listen, the Chiefs are used to playing every day of the week. I mean, last week it was, every day except for, Tuesday or something, they played a game. And that comes with being the most compelling product in the NFL. But now you open up the season in another country. They played, of course, a couple of years ago in Germany. But opening up the season in another country, how can you tell if or what that's done to change their preparations over the last couple of weeks?
I don't know specifically, but I will say this. Everything I've heard is that Andy's just tried to keep it as normal as possible. Of course, they had one whole day that was travel day because you got 10 hours on the plane. Fortunately, it's only a 2-hour time difference because they're going south, as opposed to going across. So other than that, I think you just try to keep it as normal as possible, understanding that there's some things that just aren't going to be normal. This is the one thing, one of many things I think Andy Reid does so very well is he's got a system of how he deals with these international games, and he's done well with it. I think he's 3-0 with the Chiefs, and you just also just talk about it openly. And I think the other thing that he did a nice job with this week was just pushing the message out to the guys since they found out, which was, it's an honor to go play in another country. Now, I have heard that there's a lot of talk out there that franchise wasn't exactly excited about this game, and I think a little bit caught off guard when it actually came out. But either way, you can't do anything about it, and I think that's the one great thing Andy does also is with whatever's going on, it's like, okay, these are the cards we're dealt. We're going to deal with that. Here's our mindset, and he leads by example. And I've heard several of the guys parrot what he talked about earlier in the week about, this is a honor to go play there. We've got to accept it and go after it. And when it comes down to it, it's a division game, and it's important.
Well, let's get into that. Kendall Gammon's here getting us set. Chiefs-Chargers tonight in Brazil, 7 p.m. kickoff. We'll be obviously all locked in on that game. And, it's a big divisional matchup. Jim Harbaugh's in year 2, and obviously a lot of people are actually picking the Chargers this year in the AFC West. It may be the best division in football. So with that, setting aside all the Brazil stuff, what is concerning to you about this matchup tonight?
I think the defense of the Chargers, which was one of the best, I think one of the best scoring defenses last year, if not the best. So I think that's the big deal with that. And you put that against a team in the Chiefs that didn't score the way they would like to in the past, and that's a big deal overall. Now, and when you boil it down a little bit, I think you obviously have to go to the left tackle and wonder about how Josh Simmons is going to do at the left tackle spot. I feel good about that. But then even more so, the fact that you've got the left guard in Kingsley Suamataia, who had the failed attempt at left tackle last year and is at guard this year. So we essentially have two rookies on the left side, albeit big ones and athletic ones, but you don't know. And when you look again at that defense of San Diego, I go straight to Khalil Mack. This is a guy that I think is a future Hall of Famer. And if you ever wanted to test for your rookie left tackle in the first game, I don't think you could come up with something much tougher than this. So that's going to be huge. But I'm looking forward to it also because I think he's going to step up to the challenge.
Now, how about the Chiefs? Obviously a lot talk about whether or not this is going to be Travis Kelce's last season, and setting that aside, he looks like he's in great shape. He's lost a lot of weight. He clearly is motivated after, let's be honest, a bad Super Bowl performance by him. So whether it's Kelce or the offense at large for Kansas City, which had its up and down moments last year. Yes, injuries were a part of it, but Kendall,
right,
without Rashee Rice, what are you watching tonight on that side of the ball?
Well, I think you have to look at Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown. These two have really never been on the field together healthy, so they've got to step up. Hollywood, for so many different reasons, they were so excited last year. Then, of course, the first play of the game, preseason game, he tears that shoulder up. So I think those two, and then I think you mentioned it with Kelce, he is in better shape. He has lost weight. He's got not a different attitude, but he came back, I think, with something to prove. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder a little bit. I heard he won the conditioning contest, if it were, at camp when they came in. So he is put together well, and he's obviously went after it. So that I think bodes well. I'm concerned, honestly, offensively about the run game. I hope Isaiah Pacheco gets back to his old form. But even so, he doesn't have long speed, and that's something I think we've been missing for a while. I don't know if Rashard Smith can provide any of that. He's fourth on the depth chart, but I would expect him to play. I would like to see him catch the ball out of the backfield. But either way, they've got to protect Mahomes, and then you've got to get a little bit of the run game going. But I will say this, if they can protect Mahomes, what I saw in the preseason, what little we did see, when he's protected, he stood in there and he delivered the ball pretty well. So it's going to be interesting to see, because this wide receiver group, I think, may have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder as well, because they're kind of run down a little bit by the press and everything, because they haven't done as well as people expected in the past. So it will be interesting. And to go back to your first point, not having Rashee Rice is huge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, well, the Chiefs have won 7 in a row in the series, but, man, it's like, Kendall, it feels like every game's a field goal, by the Chiefs, or they hang on by 3 to 7 points. So what are you predicting tonight in Brazil between these two teams?
Yeah, I think it should be a great game, and you're right. I think the last 3 games also, Pete, in this series have been decided by whoever had the ball last and scored in the last 6 or 7 minutes. So it always comes down to that, and you're right. Harbaugh is in his second year, and he should have things going. But I still see the Chiefs coming away with this. I think they're much more talented top to bottom, left to right, and I've got this one as 27-24 Chiefs. But I think that last touchdown to take the Chargers to 24 will be at the end of the game and trash. And so I expect the Chiefs to dominate a little bit tonight.
All right. I like it from Kendall Gammon. I think that late garbage touchdown you're projecting for the Chargers would be a cover of the 3.5-point spread, if I saw that right. So I don't want to get too far in the weeds on that, but that's quite I like that specific prediction there, Kendall.
There you go. Hey, I try to deliver. I try to give you what you want.
Well, you always deliver, and we'll talk to you on Monday morning, my friend. Thanks so much.
Sounds good, Pete. Take care.
All right. Kendall Gammon joining us on KCMO 95.7 FM. Great to have him back for the start of another NFL season. How about that?